Okay, so we're going to do a tips video on how to order following the approval process through the charitable funds team, whereby you'll receive an email that gives you a budget code of which to order against using the NEP system. So to start with, it would be handy for you to have ready and to hand your email with that budget code on, because that's what you're going to order against, and the code that you're going to quote within your order, and also your CFA form, which stands for your charitable funds application form, as that will be given a number once that has been approved, and that also will need quoting when you start your ordering on the system. So to start with, if you scroll down to the purchase requisitions tab and you click in there, you then would click where it says more tasks. There is an arrow. If you click on that drop down arrow, then click request non-catalog item. So in the item description box is where you would input the information very similar to what you've put on your charitable funds application form, perhaps not as detailed, but that just gives supplies an overview of what it is that you're wanting to order. So in this instance, we're ordering a charity plaque. So we would input either copy and paste the information from your charitable funds application form straight across into that item description box. Now, for this particular order, because it requires words, because it is a plaque, I would suggest that the words are included on the item description box. Because this is being ordered by supplies, they won't know what it is and the finer detail of what it is that you're wanting to order. Yeah, so once you've got that detail in, just double check over that obviously the person at the other side can understand what it is that you're wanting to order and any specific detail that needs to be included. And then you would go to the next box, which is category name. So you click the magnifying symbol. You would then you'd click into the description box. Then you would type in the percentage symbol, type in the word sign, and then another percentage symbol, and click search. Now, this point to note is obviously it's a description of what the item is that you're wanting to order. Sometimes it's quite difficult to find a specific, but the closest possible thing that you can find, I would suggest you select in the description. So for this one, I would go with the signs adhesive and click OK. That then populates a code for that. In your quantity box, you would put in the quantity. So if it was 1, in this case it is 1, you would leave that as the number 1. In the UOM name box, I would select in there in that little drop down. This comes up with a series of different letters and symbols. Personally, I've always ordered against the code, which is EA. So if you scroll down and find where it says EA, and that stands for each. And that's always the one that I've ordered against. I don't believe there's ever been anything that I've ordered any differently in that way. So in the price box, you would input there the cost. Ensure that you include the delivery if that applies. In this case, it's £16.80 that goes into that box because that is the overall cost. Obviously, if you were ordering more than one item in that box, you would put the individual cost. So if it was £2 and you were ordering 5, you would put £2, but make sure the quantity box showed 5 in there. As this order has been from a supplier we've used before, head over to the supplier box. You can actually type directly into that box the name of the supplier. In this case is Visual Impact. So if you type in there the name, it will automatically do a search and you would select the appropriate one. If it was a new supplier and the name of the company did not come up when you typed it in there, you'd need to tick the new supplier box and then go through each step, filling in the details so that suppliers can set that supplier up on the system, ensuring that you provide a relevant contact and the person that you've been liaising with for your quote. In the supplier item code box, where there is a little asterisk next to it, I generally just put 4 zeros as a generic code. If you had a specific code that was given to you by the company, then by all means use that box to put that info in there. Scroll down and just double check that everything's as expected. Then, sorry, if you go back up to the top and click Add to Cart button. Just try that once more. You should get that then little box pop up that says you've added it to cart, so you know that it's in there and it's in your shopping trolley with the number 1. So if you click on the shopping trolley, click Review, you then come in where you need to input sort of a bit more detail. So the justification box in the instances of charitable fund applications is where you would quote the CFA number. So when you got that return email from the charitable funds team, it will have a number. And in the justification box, you would put in that justification box, approved against, CFA number, quote the number that's on the top of the form, as attached to this requisition. Yeah. Then to the right hand side, there's a box there's a line that says attachments and a plus. If you click on that plus, you then click choose file and you would select your CFA to attach to this. And then click OK. Here you'd also attach any evidence of your quote. So again, if you've got an email with the quote figure on, you need to save that somewhere where you can then pull it through and attach it to this. Okay, then you scroll down. You would check in this box. Obviously, it's pre-populated with the name of the person that's logged in on the NEP system at that time. You would look at whether that is an urgent request. It's unusual for them to be urgent requests from the charity, so usually it would remain as no. The requested delivery date is a pre-populated one that is something that is allocated by supplies. The deliver to location again would be preset as to where your work base usually is. In this instance, that's absolutely fine to leave that as it is. If you wanted to change the location, you would click on the magnifier and then you would type in some areas, and certain areas have delivery points already set. Some do not. In that case, you might need to speak to suppliers about that if it was an area that didn't automatically come up and you wanted to change a delivery address. So for the billing aspect, so we're now on to where you would put in the budget codes that are given to you in the email when your application is approved. So you would click, there is a magnifier symbol to the right, that's the one. If you click on that, now some of these figures might be pre-populated. We're going to need to change those to ensure that they reflect this is a charitable funds spend. So your cost centre for a start would need to change. So if you look at the email that comes through, the first series of digits, the sixth series of digits, you would pop in that first box where it says cost centre. Same with the next series of digits. And again. The last three sets of digits are usually the pre-populated ones and you don't generally need to change them, but just check that against your email to be sure. Yeah. So then you would click OK. And then the bottom part is just if you wanted to leave any information for the buyer, like a point of contact, you would pop that information in there. I always tend to pop that in a telephone number and an email address, just so that if they've got any queries, then they can always contact you. So I would suggest that you just input in that note to buyer section, please contact a name and telephone number and an email address.
Please can you just confirm the charity email for me?
midyorks.myhospitalscharity at nhs.net. I would add a note on there just to say for any queries regarding this order. Note to supplier would be, please continue contact with the fundraising team. On telephone number and email address details. Okay, so now you've done that, scroll back up to the top, check that everything looks as expected, and then click, if you're happy with everything that's in there, you then click submit. You now know your order's been placed when you generated a requisition number. This will now go to the supplies team, who will then pick it up and order in due course.